Wait, so let's back up. Google has a gym?
Yo, this office has a swimming pool. It has like four big restaurants, all different themes.
When do you work? Like, I don't understand. Like, when do you work?
Early.
Like, do you have to work? Like, it's just like, what's the requirements? Like 2 hours at your job, 4 hours at the pool? Like, what? I just did life wrong. Like, I don't understand.
Self-quarantining.
The quarantine order.
Quarantined in their...
Held in quarantine.
Quarantine.
The quarantine in place.
Quarantine for the required 14 days.
Hey, what's up, people? Once again, this is your friendly neighborhood Negro, Jay Carrington, a.k.a. JC, welcoming you right on back to the neighborhood of Quarantine Talks. Nigga. Today I have on the pod a very energetic guest, all the way from the shores of London / Canada and or via the motherland of Nigeria. She international, y'all. She be traveling. Bami Kuteyi, or Bami, she is affectionately known out here in these internet streets. A former online digital specialist at Google, yes, Google, that one. We talk about how the inclusion and diversity program intended to be a healthy alternative to going for drinks at the pub turned into Twerk after work, an international fitness brand geared at empowering 1 million fearless females. All right. She also educates me on the history of twerk. I thought I knew something, but she educated me, y'all, from South African origins all the way back down across the Atlantic to New Orleans. She dropped more knowledge on the boy. We also discuss how she manages to keep her energy up for daily classes while spreading out the workload between herself and other instructors. And then we also get into like a little sidebar about diversity. Basically how London is to the UK, what Atlanta is to Georgia, or what a lot of times how people compare Miami to Florida. You understand what I'm saying? We talk about what it's like traveling internationally during the pandemic, the weird obsession she has that actually could be really, 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 really fucking useful. And last but not least, Bam Bam on a reality TV dating show. Yo, we got it all, bruh. Also, just an update, she has changed her IG to her actual name of Bami Kuteyi. I will put that in the show notes so you guys can follow her now, or follow her later, or follow her during, whatever. Also, follow us, the OVT Network, and JC from the OVT, which will be. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into this convo. Get down on it. Jump down on it. I just literally changed the words to fit what I was saying. And hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am JC, and welcome to another episode of Quarantine Talks. Today I have with me Miss Bam Bam Bookie herself.
Hey.
Bami Kuteyi. Did I say it right?
Kind of. Bami Kuteyi.
Kuteyi.
Almost. Because Kuteyi, yeah.
Ah, okay. Bami Kuteyi. How are you?
Wait, hold on. No, that was completely...
I said it wrong? Okay.
You said it even worse. Okay. It's Bami Kuteyi.
Kuteyi. Yeah, I thought I said that. Kuteyi.
Yeah, exactly.
Kuteyi.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Bami
it's also your accent, it's different.
Right, like I don't feel right saying Bami. I have to say a Bami because it just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel, yeah.
It doesn't feel right. Like if I'm in London and I like to stay in ENC, right? So I like to stay Elephant Castle. I don't say Elephant and Castle. Or is it Castle and Elephant? Which one is it?
No, Elephant and Castle. Elephant and Castle.
Yeah, I don't like to say Elephant and Castle. I say Elephant Castle because it just doesn't feel right to say it any other way.
Yeah.
It could be like this random spot, a British accent. It's a regular American English. So yeah. So wait, you're in Canada right now. Where are you from?
That is the question.
Where are you from?
I'm Nigerian.
Okay.
But I'm born in London.
Okay.
And I'm also Canadian because I grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. Okay. So Nigerian, British, Canadian. 3 nationalities.
Where did you spend the most time?
London, UK.
Okay, because I can hear that, but I wasn't really, like some people take the accents differently, so.
But some people say that my voice is actually like a mix. Like some people, like if I talk to Canadians, they think I sound British.
Mhm.
If I talk to British people, they think I sound Canadian.
Canadians don't sound like you though. Like it's a distinctly British accent that I hear, but I just wasn't sure. I was like, okay. Okay, so now that we got the where you're from out of the part, and we got the who you are, what do you do, ma'am?
So I am a entrepreneur. I'm a goddess. I form fearless females, and I love life, man. I love living. That is what I do.
I like that. That was a great description. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So you have, okay, I was trying to figure out the difference in between the two. So there's Bam Bam Boogie, and then there's Twerk After Work. Are they one and the same, or like how does it go together? Yes.
So Bam Bam Boogie is the brand that I first started when I was working at Google, and I wanted to have like a diversity project, and that was Bam Bam Boogie. But then when I took it outside of Google and started to doing it in different places, it then became Twerk After Work, which I then franchised. So that became separate. So Bam Bam Boogie's like the house, and then like Apple, and then Twerk After Work is like iPhone 4.
Okay.
You know?
So
it's a specific version of something.
So which one is more current, or do they both? Does it matter? Is it kind of like all one thing?
So
now?
Twerk After Work is after Bam. Like Bam Bam Boogie was in 2016, and then Twerk After Work was 2018. So Twerk After Work's the newest version of what I do.
Okay. And so like Google was like, you were working at Google, right? Was that your 9 to 5?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 9 to something.
9 to something. What is your what was your previous job title? Like, what did you do professionally? Air quotes.
I didn't have to think. It feels so long ago now. What's on my LinkedIn? I have
Love it.
the online digital specialist.
Okay. Online digital specialist.
Online digital specialist. So basically what that means is I helped grow accounts for Google services such as AdWords and Google Shopping, YouTube, like the good suite of products.
Okay. So this definitely parlayed into like what you're doing now, because you take those skills and you implement them into your business models. And that is, I love it. I like Black women. Y'all just so resourceful. Why did you start Bam Bam Boogie? And because I know you said that, well, you were working at Google and then we transitioned into Bam Bam Boogie. And I watched a couple of interviews before, and you said that, you know, when you were working on your side hustle while you were at your actual job, that's when you knew to make the leap. But why did you start it in the first place?
So I started Bam Bam Boogie in the first place because I felt like there was a disconnect and there was really a space for diversity, inclusion, body positivity within, you know, the fitness industry and the fitness space, specifically at, you know, my place of work, because that's where I was going to the gym. And I felt like instead of complaining, I should just fill that gap and create something because I know I had the potential to. So then that's why I just faced my fears and I just showed up as myself. And people loved it. And from then on, I knew, okay, this is really something. Like if I can get these people from all over the world who work for Google, like, come on, we are not like the same. Even though I worked there, most of the people who worked there didn't look like me, didn't sound like me. So like, I was like, okay, this is sick. And yeah, that's how it started.
Wait, so let's back up. Google has a gym?
This office has a swimming pool. It has like four big restaurants, all different themes.
When do you work? Like, I don't understand. Like, when do you work?
Early.
Do you have to work? Like, it's just like, what's the requirements? Like 2 hours at your job, 4 hours at the pool? Like, what? I just did life wrong. Like, I don't understand.
But they give you like, they give you so much to do and they give you so much that you want to work hard because like you can get breakfast. So I would go in early so I can get breakfast and then I'd stay late so I can get dinner. So I'm there from like 8 to 9. Like it's crazy.
Wow. Okay. And you just decided to teach like a twerk after work, actually after work, before it was called that?
Yeah, because I was tired of every day to network, you have to go to the pub. Like, I don't want to go to the pub and network with you. I want to like do something different, something fun. So yeah, that's why I chose to do twerk after work, and people actually came.
That's wild. So you just had like all these white people in the gym twerking. Like that's love. That's lit. Like that's so lit. And what's funny to me is that when you say, speaking of Britain specifically, I can't really talk about anywhere else in the UK. I'm just gonna talk about Britain specifically. Like, so London is one of my favorite places in the world to be. I have a bunch of friends over there. So I go kind of often, like maybe twice a year. And the thing that I noticed about London that I really didn't pay attention to is the last time I went back in September, I stayed at a friend's house, apartment, flat, whatever. And he watches like a lot of TV, like a lot of reality TV. But it's like, oh my God, this is so white. I'm like, where are the colored people? Like, where? And you know, it's wild because like when you walk around London,
it's diverse.
As a mother, like it is so many people, cultures, languages. But if you were to look at TV,
that shows it's so wide. It's so sad.
And it's like,
but you have to think that TV is for the whole of the UK, though.
Right.
So London is diverse, but once you start going outside, you don't see the diversity as well.
Right. And it's like, I noticed that, or like it would just make sense to me that you would start something like Twerk After Work or Bam Bam Boogie or just people of color in general, like to have representation, especially over there. You have to make your own lane and you have to kind of do your own thing. So it just, you know, hearing the story and I'm like, okay, this makes so much sense now because, you know, all my friends are like, I don't want to go to London. Like it's nothing but white people and like the Queen and tea. And I'm like, it's so not that though. So not that though. I promise you it's so not that. Like there's a reason I'm super black. There's a reason I like London. Like I would not like it if it wasn't right. So yeah. How versed are you on the origins of twerk? Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, I'm pretty versed. I mean, I teach it in my instructor course, so I'd say I know the foundations. So twerking is firmly rooted in African culture. So it started in Africa, more so South Africa. There's one specific dance move. I can't remember the name, but there's a dance move in South Africa where the women will shake their hips as a sign of fertility. And that's like the first like documented of twerking. And then obviously East Africa, West Africa. Then when you get to Caribbean culture from slavery, it goes to there as well. And then more recently, as we've all seen, American culture, New Orleans, there was the twerk, the jerk, twist and the jerk, and then they call it the twerk.
The twist and the jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just taught me something on that part. Okay, go. No, continue.
Yeah, they like the twist and the jerk. That's the first, like they called it the twerk, like put it together because it was like twisting and jerking, twerking. So then they called it that, and that's the first time that it was like documented in America as twerk, like calling that move twerking.
And how long ago is that? Like how recent?
I think the 90s.
90s?
So not that long ago.
Wow.
Twist and jerk.
Twist and jerk. Twerk, twist and jerk. Because it's like, we've always done it and I've always seen it, but I'm just trying to figure out like when this random dance move became like
big.
Yeah, like coin twerk. Like it was just like booty shaking. Like booty shaking has always been like black.
Booty shaking, has been around,
Yeah, so it's just like, okay. So that's just my test for you. I just want to see if you knew, because I knew that. I didn't know the last part. So, how do you keep your energy up through your classes? Like, because it's like half twerk, and then like half aerobic, and then like back into twerk, and then like maybe some push-ups and jumping jacks, and then like, how do you...
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's the music. Like right now, online is the best for me because I'm doing 30-minute classes with a 30-minute break in between, all different genres. So like I'll never get bored because I'm just so hyped by the different music that I'm playing. Like today I've already danced to South African house, reggaeton, dancehall, Afrobeats, Aaliyah. We had an Aaliyah class. So the music keeps me going.
How do you come up with the ideas for like your classes or like your music choices? Like how does that work?
So a lot of the input comes from my clients, my community, my sisters, my queens. They suggest the songs, and then I do what they want, obviously.
Good business practice. Yeah.
And then otherwise, whatever I feel inspired by. Like now I'm in Toronto, I'll probably start doing more dance or more soca because I usually listen to that when I'm here. But then when I'm in the UK, I might do more like UK grime or Afro swing, Afro beats.
Okay. And so like if I want to sign up for a Twerk After Work class, how do I go about this?
So you would just download our Bam Bam Boogie app. It's completely free on iOS and Android.
You got an app, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry.
Got an app. Go ahead, download it. Find your time. Remember the times in UK time zone. So go ahead, click your time and let's get twerking. Otherwise, if you don't have a phone, you can just go on the website, bambamboogie.com, or hit me up on Instagram, bambam_boogie.
Bambam_boogie. Okay. And so like, what are I know I saw that there were membership prices and then like prices for like single classes. Like, what is the cost of like a membership? Like, how do I,
Yes, you did your research.
I like
it. So if you want to get a membership, they start from like $35.99, where you can get like 25 classes a month, or you can go ahead and just get a class pass for like £28. You can get 5 classes. And join us online for the good vibes, inspiration, life-changing booty shaking.
Life-changing booty shaking. How has like quarantine affected the way you move? Like, do you find that virtual?
Like my body, or
well, maybe whatever. Like you take that how you want, but like, how is it like switched up everything for you?
So yeah, lockdown's been crazy. I remember it was March 18th. 2020 when I went to the gym to do my class, and then they were like, what do you mean? Like there is no commute, like there's no center, like everyone had to leave today. And I wasn't informed, but I was there with my clients and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. Like this is serious. So I went home, and for 2 days we were offline, like no classes and like no revenue. And then on that 20th of March, you just see it start climbing back up because I launched the online classes, and we've done like almost 200 classes already online since the beginning of lockdown.
Wow. Like I said, what is your like vitamin supplement regimen like? Because I be tired after like 2 interviews and like a bike ride. So.
Well, we have a team. I would never take all the glory. We also have a team of amazing Twerk After Work instructors and admin queens. So I don't do it all alone. Luckily, like I always feel supported.
Okay. And can you explain, it says 1 million fearless females by 2030. What does that mean?
We want to have empowered over 1 million fearless females by 2030. So whether that's through a class, whether that's through an online video where they feel inspired to chase their dreams, whether that's through a talk at like a school, just 1 million. So far, our list, we're at about 25,000.
Oh, wow. And that's just like from ladies taking your classes or physically coming into the dance class?
Or from like online, through videos, through webinars, through podcasts, just the general reach.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you calculate that though?
So you just go on that specific platform and then you note down exactly what that reach is. So say on Instagram, I know I have like 16.4. So then that accounts to that. I know I've done talks at companies with like 600 people. So then that counts. So everything where people have been able to see our brand and our vision.
Did you like know that it was going to be this big of a thing? Like, did you see this being like your main source of like income and enjoyment and work and just like a launch pad? Like when you started it, did you see that in your brain, or was it just kind of a surprise?
No, I had no clue, honestly. Like I honestly just thought it was going to be a hobby at work type of thing. Like, I'll just do it, like keep it for employees only. But for some reason, it just seems to have really taken off and I'm really connected to it. So we'll keep going until it gets sold.
When did you know that it was a hit though? Like when did it click for you?
Some days it still hasn't clicked.
Okay.
Some days it still hasn't clicked, if I'm honest. Like, when like even you too, as like a businessman, entrepreneur, brand owner, you know your shit is the shit, but if you know your shit is the shit, it's not the shit. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like even the top, like Jay-Z, Beyonce's, all them, they're humble because you have to stay humble and hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Have to. So I'm like, yeah, it is, but I'm just still like, no, I'm not. Some days I'm like, no, I don't think so. Because it keeps you on the edge, keeps you pushing.
Mm-hmm. I do that myself. I'm like, I just have moments of like, am I doing this right? Should I be doing this? Like, what is this for? Like, can I just do this? And then like, I'll go through that for about 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the shit. I'm cool. And let me just go do something else. It literally happens like that. It'll be about 15 to 20 minutes of like hardcore, like, man.
Back and forth, like.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, let me just sit my ass on this computer and edit something and go talk to people and do what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. So,
How have you been finding lockdown? How's it been for you?
Largely positive in the way that, I always say this. I was supposed to be in Brazil the month of April. I was going to be there the entire month. It was going to be a working vacation. I was going to start looking for some condos down there to move, like actually kind of set up and establish. Yeah. And I'm also in the processes of like creating a documentary. So I wanted to kind of like launch into that. And Brazil is a big part of it. So the first month was not that bad. April was not that bad for me because I was already in the mindset of like not doing anything. Okay, so now we're more than halfway through March and through May, and I'm like, okay, there's only so many bike rides I can do around my neighborhood. Like, I'm just starting because like as a creative, you need that.
You need that contact.
Yeah,
like, fuck.
And you need and me personally, my output is far outpacing my input. And I'm usually able to like recharge by doing other things. And so now I'm not, and I'm just like, I need to go away. But yeah, for the most part, it's been pretty positive. Like I cook all my food now. I exercise regularly. My workout regimen has kind of come back. So it's been pretty positive outside of the like just bored in the house.
And I'm bored. Like that's everyone's life right now. Like the moment you're just fucking bored in the house. Like, I've had enough of seeing like my kitchen, of seeing like the same corner of my bedroom. Like it's enough.
I'm tired of this damn stove and I'm tired of that refrigerator. I'm tired of cooking, but it's like, why am I going to waste money? Like I'm here anyway. I might as well cook.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of cooking. Like I'm just tired. I'd be so happy to get like a Subway sandwich or like,
Takeaway, like something else.
Something, anything, man. Just, How was it moving from country to country, like from Britain to Canada? What was that?
Just like during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty stressful actually because the plane and the airport, everyone's just so on edge and just so like nervous that it kind of makes you feel nervous. So I just slept. I think I took like a sleeping pill. And I just went to sleep because I was like, I can't deal with this. And then I just got a new mask. And then just have to stay 14 days quarantine. Like I got an email from the government today, like important email. Stay home. I'm like, I'm already almost done my lockdown. It's already been like 13 days or like 8 days. I've been here 8 days. I've stayed at home.
Okay, so it's a thing. Okay, so if you leave, they're like, you're going to Canada, stay your ass at home 14 days. Okay, I was wondering about that because I know that they're talking about locking off our border, which makes sense because
within America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, and I don't blame them because we've already started to
big.
We've already started to the state that I live in is Georgia's like pretty much open, like barring like bars and clubs, like everything else is pretty much open, and it's like the governor of this state literally went on TV, news outlets, whatever, and was like, well, we're reopening Georgia first because our hospitals can handle the workload. Yeah, it wasn't because we've done... Now, mind you, this is the same person... This is the same person that closed Georgia late, officially. The mayors in different, municipalities had already done it. But, like, this is the same person that locked down the state last because he didn't know that you could be asymptomatic and transmit the virus.
Wow.
Welcome to America. So
It's so sad. It's so sad. And that's how now United States got to the top and then UK also got second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
because of two leaders.
But the difference in between us and you guys is that Boris was really high on that horse until his ass got sick. And now he's I noticed that. I said, like, I text my boy and I said, isn't that irony? Just like natural selection just working itself out. Like
it makes no sense.
Yeah. If you guys are listening, Boris Johnson is the Prime Minister of the UK. Prime Minister is kind of like a president, but not really, sort of, kind of. So yeah, but like he was very similar to Trump, and this is gonna blow over. This is hoax, blah 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 blah. And then literally 2 weeks later, his ass is in intensive care. Like literally had to step down. I said, like, listen, karma, baby, I love it. So yeah, but we'll see how this all goes. I'm ready for it to be over. But if history is a thing, we won't be done with this till next year around this time. So Spanish flu lasted a year and a half, and that was the last.
Even if ours gets cut down, then that is still a year.
Yeah. Because
realistically, we haven't learned that much.
Nope.
Clearly, didn't learn that much because otherwise, people will be investing in healthcare. But no, they don't care. Yeah. They want us to die.
Yes, just population control at this point. Like I said, in Georgia, it's population control. Like, you know. And I don't know about the UK or anywhere else, but here it's like black people are the majority of the cases. And so as soon as we found out like black people is the majority of the cases, everybody's all right, well, let's open back up. Let's open back up. 80%. Just blacks. Just blacks. Oh, open the state. Yeah. Like that literally, it wasn't spoken, but it was like pretty much, you know, it was like if you pay attention, as soon as there was about a week and a half of like actually doing the due diligence of seeing who was contracting it and who was dying from it. And it's overwhelmingly African Americans. Oh yeah, let's open this shit back up. Everybody. Oh, 80%. Oh, 80% Africans.
Oh, yeah, everyone. Good.
Yeah, let's just go. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, so it's good old America. Good old America.
Yeah. It's not a great time for it to happen. Like, I'm like, why can't Obama be?
Have you seen the memes that are like, or the things on Twitter where people are like tweeting at Obama, like, nigga, where you at? Like, come back. We need you.
We need you right now.
We need you. Oh boy. Anyway, you gotta laugh to keep them crying. Maybe I'll get away from there someday. What is something about you that people wouldn't expect you to like or to do?
To like or to do? Okay, I like reading documents. I know this sounds really random, but I like reading documents. So say like during lockdown, I've read like one long government document. It was like 60 pages about like what's going to happen, like their phased plan, the UK government. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday I read like a COVID wellness report. Like for some reasons, like I don't really like reading like fictional books, but like you give me a nice document, like I'll read through it. It's so weird.
You be like, oh, so you're like the best possibly conspiracy theorist ever. Because you're like, no. It says right here on page 38 of the COVID-19 memorandum.
Like, I'll let you know how it is. And I like to know like the exact minute. So it's like, if I messaged you like, okay, how long like is this call going to be? You'd have to be like, 36 minutes. Like, I want to know, like, exactly. Don't be like, 30 to 40. Like, no, 36, like 37. Like, how long is it going to be?
Oh, okay. Like, but what if you say something like, okay, it'll be 30 minutes, and then it runs over at, like, 5 minutes? Is that, as long as you know?
I'm just going to take mental notes, and I'm going to be like, he runs 5 minutes over. So, I'll count that in.
That is crazy punctuality. Miss Bami.
It's so weird.
Sheesh. Oh man, like what are we at now? I didn't give you a time limit, so I think I'm good.
No, you didn't.
I think I'm good. And so like the last question I like to ask everybody is In these trying times, I know you like bounce around from country to country, kind of, sort of. But do you have a Corona Bay or a quarantine boo? Like, did that First Dates reality show, did that come out with anything for you?
Oh my gosh, you actually did so much. Yes. I like this research. Do I have a quarantine bay right now? No, I'm my own quarantine bay right now. I'm loving all up on myself and just on this journey of loving myself first.
Okay. Like, no, I'm not gonna say that. But what was the reality show thing like? Like, what was that? Like, how did that even come about? How did that even happen?
You know, it's so crazy. That was so long ago. That was when I first started Bam Bam Boogie in 2016. That was in Dublin, when I lived in Dublin. Okay. And I had the date, and we both said yes, but we never saw each other again. He kind of ghosted me, actually.
Okay. Why the hell were you in Dublin?
Why was I in Dublin?
Yeah.
For Google, that's where the office was.
Ah, okay. So there wasn't a London office back then, it was a Dublin office.
The one I was in. But there's always been a London office, but I was specifically in the Dublin office.
Okay. I've always wanted to go to Dublin in Ireland, but like whenever I come to UK, like I get trapped in London. Like it's just like,
yeah, of course.
You just get trapped. And that's why I was like, I have to visit these.
Get sucked in.
Yeah, I have to visit other places first and then come last because I just get stuck. Like people are like, oh my God, come hang. We haven't seen you in a long time. Come to the pub, come to the bar, come to this. So I'm like, before I know it, like 7 days have passed and I've not done anything I said that I was going to do, like, and go anywhere else. So, and I heard Dublin is fun. They have liquor infused chocolate. Like, and I want it.
You know what? To go for a weekend, why not? It is fun. Mm-hmm. But to live there was like rose ice.
Really? Wasn't good? Are there a lot of Black people in Dublin? No? Okay.
Well, especially not when I lived there. There's getting more, but no. So it's just like, ugh.
Okay. I know Emily Sunday is from Ireland.
Who's Emily Sunday? A singer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who Emily Sunday is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll send you a picture or something. Yeah, no, she's amazing. Like, yeah, but she's Irish. Her mom's Irish. Her dad's African. I think he's like Nigerian or Kenyan or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
But she's like the only Black or mixed person that I've ever seen from Ireland. I've never met any Black Irish people. So, oh wait, I lied. I have one more question. What does it mean to be a spiritual professional?
Oh, I don't know. Did I put that in my bio?
You sure did, ma'am.
Did I? Which one? No, I need receipts.
Wait, no, you didn't. I lied. But I read this. You put it in a post, and I can't remember which post you put it in.
I don't believe I've ever said spiritual professional.
Okay.
But goddess, I'm a goddess.
Yes, you are.
But I wouldn't say I'm a spiritual professional.
Okay. I'm like, now I want to where did I see that? But yeah, like now I want to find it. And I'm like, since you like time.
It was probably the meme that I posted where it's like, you can still be a multifaceted twerk, something, and spiritual freak.
I love it.
I remember posting that, so I can't forget that one. That was hilarious.
Okay. I love your humor. Like, you have such a beautiful spirit.
Thank you.
Miss SZA.
Miss SZA. I'm going to do a story now. And I'm going to say, guys, do I look like SZA? Yes or no?
Yes.
I actually want to see if people think it.
Yes. Like, oh my God. Like, I like it splits. It's like splitsies. I'm like, oh, SZA. No, SZA. Bam, send me SZA. Bamza. I'm going to call you. Bamza.
I'm so done.
Bamza. So, all right. That was a very entertaining. Let me get the minutes right. 33.10 seconds with Miss Bam Bam Boogie herself. Thank you for doing it, coming on the pod. So
thanks for having me. Please send the link after and tag me in anything, and I'll share.
Of course. And so, I mean, yeah, I think that's it, guys. We out. Bye.
Bye.
That's it, guys. Thanks for listening. You can follow us on the Instagrams at the OVT Network. And you can follow me, JC, at JC from the OVT. Very simple, right? This podcast is available on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, and pretty much everywhere in between. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment and rate us 5 stars if you were so inclined. Thank you. Quarantine Talks is a podcast that is also available on YouTube. Just type in the OVT Network and hit subscribe for all of the latest and greatest from we at the OVG. Lastly, we are an independent and Black-owned media network, guys. So if you enjoyed the content and you would like to drop a donation, you may do so on Cash App or the Venmo at the OVT Network. All one word, the OVT Network. Quarantine Talks is edited and produced by me, JC, with original music produced by Brian Haddon. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Stay safe, stay creative, and most importantly, stay sane. Find your peace, man. It's crazy out here. Laters.